Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Elton McFall here, aka Retro Old School, in a major heat wave, even though it's like, I don't know, after 7:30 p.m., 1900 hours and a half. Today being June the 12th, 2020. Christ, I must be still, I'd say. Actually, let's check the phone and see what the temperature is, since I haven't had this type of phone for a long time. Why is this thing keep turning on? Get out of here. 32 degrees Celsius. Okay. Unreal. Anyway, we are in, or you are in one of the areas of the city called St. Henri, which has probably changed more than any other area in the city, with the exception of Griffintown, where this was used to be for like forever the poor working class sector of the city, where it was built literally by the CN Railroad, which of course was by the Grand Trunk Railway. And it's amazing when you're on this street here, Saint-Ambroise, which may sound familiar to some of you people, because down there is where I go all the way down there to do my train spotting often, or too often. And I thought about doing a walk video on this street, and I'm like, I don't know, it's very hot and sticky. I don't feel like moving fast at all. I'm moving like the rhythm of a Jamaican, kind of speaking, sort of speak, not to be a prejudiced way at all. It's just they move slowly because it's always hot and humid down there. What the hell is unusual about that? And yeah, you see, it's so goddamn hot, it's affecting my brain. So I figured, you know what, how about I do a walk-in video here on Courcelle Street, right over here. 1 Volkswagen, 2 Volkswagen, 3 Volkswagen. What's with Volkswagens? I don't get it. Okay, that was not bad, the rest, eh. But before I start walking on this street, I have to say, this factory here, or whatever, X-Factory, this whole industrial building is huge. I remember one time back in, I don't know, fucking 24 years ago, let's say, 26 years ago, my brother and I, we did a couple of jobs together working through a placement agency. And I'm going to start walking because these kids over here are totally throwing me off. Anyway, the boss of this company, whatever it was, I don't know, they dealt with wood, I think. And the guy's work car, not a truck, just to show you how long time ago it was an 81 Impala wagon. And the whole thing was fucking loaded with wood, front to back. And my brother and I were helping to do deliveries. And that was almost the end of an era at that time, because again, that was like early 90s, you know, and now, you know, who the hell uses a station wagon to a big station wagon? Nevertheless, not like that that Jetta you saw over there. That's small compared to how big that wagon was. It was as fucking long as this Ford F550 over here, you know. But nevertheless, regardless that it's too hot, it's still beautiful. Definitely better than the winter. We'll take it. And a lot of people are out cycling. That I can't believe, because you get dehydrated even more. I'm drinking water like a sieve, like there's no tomorrow. And I actually went to the Chateau Saint-Ambroise to go fill up my water bottle twice. I actually played it smart. I brought a little water bottle with me there. Oh, look, isn't that lovely? It reminds me, I saw a video this guy posted. This guy's Australian, but he's been living in Montreal I don't know how long. He was talking about how he loves brick. And that apparently it's not good to paint the bricks like that, because apparently then they don't breathe, and the paint starts to chip off. They need to breathe, as they're made of clay. Imagine that, eh? Yeah, of course, I figured why not wander a little bit. Maybe I'll see an oldie parked here somewhere. Not impossible. Old areas of town, old cars are sometimes around. But this area is a lot like my area where I live in Hochelaga. You know, there's lack of parking. That's one reason people don't want to own them anymore. And then, of course, B is the degenerate factor is everywhere around here. You know, no respect, no class. People damage your shit. What about a case in point in a Huntsick, north of here, when I knew a guy one time. I went for a ride one time in his 71 Cadillac, right? And he told me he knew this guy who had this Pontiac Parisienne 79, right? And I'd seen that car. It was fucking beautiful. It was even a very rare light pastel green, the type of car grandma would have owned. And some piece of shit came over one middle of the night and stole one of the fender skirts. If you're really young and you don't know what a fender skirt is, it means the old cars that would have a skirt that would cover part of the wheel. That was the style at the time, you know, and or a skirt, as we call it in French, une jupe, a skirt, like a mini skirt, you know. And yeah, just that's cities for you nowadays, you know. It's fucked up. Look at the brown on that Golf. That I like. That's different. Somebody told me a while back, or a couple of years ago, saying, oh, you know, the colors on cars are coming back. No, not quick enough in my book. There's still, unfortunately, a morbid mentality with a lot of people when it comes to things being of color. You know, a lot of times I see a lot of people, and I'm going to say no offense, but I'm going to offend you anyway. You know, they drive these black F-350s, F-150s, Jeep Wranglers, Audis, BMWs, and they're often dressed in black with a black cap, and they have tattoos. I know the type, man. People are so bloody predictable today. It's not even freaking funny. And I'm trying to refrain from swearing because I hear kids in the area. Let's take a look down here. Down Saint-Émilie. It's a two-way street. Anyway, two-way. And of course, it wouldn't be Montreal without construction and everywhere, all over the place. What's that I see? Oh man, do I see an old car over there? I see something. I might have to. Probably dreaming again as usual. Yeah, I guess so. Wow, there's a cool mural down there. Look at that with that cobra. That's old school. I like it very much. I like cobras. I ride in a cobra many years ago after riding in the metro. It scared the fucking bejesus out of me. Oh well, I swore, too late, too bad. It's a free country, hallelujah. We're not living pinko commies like in Cuba and China and all these places. I still can't believe we've been dealing with China for like almost, what, 50 years now? Oh, yeah, that's rare. That's a rare Toyota right there. Check that out. Toyota crew cab that is not, or that's an older Tundra, I think. It's not even a Tacoma. That's pretty cool. Not sure that was sold here, frankly, when new. Yeah. Always looking for the older, interesting vehicles, and especially when you come to areas like this that are ever changing. And as my friend Danny once told me, you know, you got all these beautiful, old, colorful homes. Okay, some of them are kind of dull, and you have all these modern, boring, colorless cars that are insulting to these buildings, these historic buildings. It is what it is. Now, in case I didn't mention it, one of the reasons also why I'm filming Walking the Streets, I figured I would go up this street to go back up to the CN line, which is past Rue Notre Dame, which is some point after the light. Now, normally, there's a lot of freight trains. I'm going to let these guys go by because they're going to fucking throw me off because they're talking at the same time as me. I can't, I'm like fucking Asperger's syndrome, practically, me. Ah, the dépanneur. The French version of a convenience store. And a fucking gold mine if you can stand working there 14, 15 hours a day, you know? Some of them don't even have air conditioning. They're crazy. They're so fucking cheap. You know? I thought if I ever get back on one of my vintage bikes, I would like to go up and down all these streets looking for one. At least one oldie. I've had some good. Fuck, the battery's hot and the fucking lens is jamming. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. We'll try not to zoom in too much anymore. Gonna have to get this camera opened up and fixed too. And I don't really feel like popping for a new one. You know, it's like almost $300. Camera works great apart from that zoom fucking jamming like that. Now we're also coming up to. It's not gonna be a very long walk, by the way, because this street pretty much. That's kind of neat, eh? This street pretty much ends at, what's it called, Saint-Jacques Street. Saint-Jacques or Saint-Antoine? Saint-Jacques. Formerly St. James, where the Grand Trunk Railway used to run on. Now what's neat over here, like a lot of big old cities, is that there are several ex-fire stations, as you can see right here. See? Okay. Give her a better shot of it there. Man, look at the size of that fucking dog. It's huge. Holy mackerel, that's a big mongrel. Ha! Wow, I would be intimidated to own a dog like that. No? Okay, there we go. See, now it's some sort of a city building. I don't know. Lovely, though. It's nice. It's still around, you know? I guarantee you there's some developers, they wouldn't give a fuck. They would knock it down. They don't give a shit. It's all about profit. Look at the fucking size of this dog. Holy mackerel. You don't see that every day. Oh, yeah. He's going to be in my video there on YouTube there. Oh, it's a Great Dane, eh? Oh, yeah. I didn't know they came in different colors, eh? And how old is he?
Almost 4.
Or she? 4? Oh, my God. She could eat my cat. Tabarnak. Bonne soirée. Bye-bye. Great Dane, eh? I guess I'm the equivalent of a dog me because I'm so tall. Great Dane. I remember one time parked over here several years ago. There was a '67 Cadillac in primer with a white top. I hadn't seen that car in many years. I wonder what happened to it. Must be a daycare over here. Yeah. And coming up the street, not this street, but the next street's called Acorn. It's such a weird name. So I don't know, I might stop for a few minutes at the tracks, I'm not sure. Rue d'Agenais. Boy, you know, when it's hot like this, it definitely makes you feel like ice cream. There was an old car I'd seen before actually on Acorn Street. I had filmed it a little bit to my dismay because it's like it's like a 91, 92 Cadillac hearse. Hearses are rare, man. Oh man, here comes this Ford again. I saw this guy go by before. Wow, that is something. Fuck. Imagine there's cities in the States where that's common. I imagine like Texas, like Houston and Dallas, there's probably fucking tons of those. Probably a dime a dozen. Because everything's big in Texas. You know? I kind of wish I had taken one of my bikes out. This is the time actually really more to be riding because it's getting just a little bit cooler. You can be mostly out of the sun baking away there. Oof. Coming up to Acorn Street, one of the few streets I know where there's actually still train tracks on the street, or I think they might have paved them actually. But just to show you how old this area used to be, because of course wherever there's old rail lines, main lines like the one we're walking up to, you know, there's spurs, there's cider tracks to cater to the industries that are, or especially were there. You know, they were using those box cars and tankers and all that. And there's really not as many of these types of industries, you know, still doing that because it's more expensive than having a truck coming to pick up something and, you know, so forth. So anyway, so we're all gonna take a break here, and yeah, I'll take a break right over here. Maybe I'll get lucky and get another freight like I did at Courcelle about I don't know, 45 minutes ago or so. I can't really remember. What's cool is that there's signal lights you can see over there. I have to go check them to see what they say for in terms of trains coming from the west, but as for the other way, there's fuck all. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm going to take a break right here, and I'll finish this up after. Actually, you know what? Maybe I could walk up there and finish that. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to continue walking, and because anyway, the street finishes at the light over there, so it's really not far. There's the Turcotte interchange, Les Champs-sur-Caux. Right? And all these tracks were all reconfigured, okay? Because the whole Turcotte interchange was all redone. It was all taken down, it was all redone, so they had to reconfigure the tracks. Actually, the tracks used to go up right to that building there. So that was another good reason to actually redo this so that it was safer. And as my friend Ben told me, it's also good for the trains. They're apparently able to go quicker now than before. Love that overgrowth in that building. Yeah. I'm gonna stop, take a swig of water actually. You know, and many times I've been here over the years to come here and look and film trains. You know, I always thought this would be a great area actually to see a UFO. As you can imagine, this is one of the cities in the urban sprawl where it's not very common to be able to have such a great view full around you, almost 360, you know. It's pretty sweet. So, you never know, it's very possible since sightings are way up, but why are they up? They're of course up because almost everybody has a cell phone, which in turn has a camera. The camera alone on my phone is just mind-boggling. Christ, I almost thought about using it before coming here to film a train, but I've actually quickly forgotten about it. Because it's actually awkward to hold one of these big heavy cell phones. This camera I'm using, this little Canon, doesn't weigh anything compared to that phone. Oh yeah, there's the Grumman 78 company, look at that. And why is it called Grumman 78? Because of that Grumman step van. Oh baby, she's a classic in her own right. Probably has a 350 gas motor in it. And it hasn't been that long actually since the city of Montreal allowed people to have food vending trucks like in other companies, which is actually a bit weird too, because this is really a city like Paris due to the, you know, the French history that's known for restaurants. This place is fucking known for restaurants. And there's that Ford F-350, I guess it is. But this has got one of the oldest freight elevators I've ever filmed in. It's like probably over 100 years old easily. This old El Pro building, you know. And even next to the freight elevator is an old regular Otis elevator, but it may have actually been redone, actually, you know. Actually, you know what? I think there used to be a freight elevator maybe there on that corner. I could be wrong. It's neat. I love history like that, architecture and vehicles and roads, and you know, it's important. The Molson Brewery on Notre Dame, not very far from my place, has the same type of entrance like that, or one of them anyway. You know. You know. And actually, I forgot to mention, actually, I don't know why, I always fucking forget. After the light, the street continues to Westmount, at St. Catherine Street, and man, that is a badass looking truck. Very nice blue. Okay. And anyway, I always forget the name. I don't know why. It just always seems to escape me. It'd be nice to have an oldie drive by, at least one, you know? It'd be fucking nice. But unfortunately, this is not Beaconsfield and St. Anne de Bellevue like when I was with Ben last week. I just saw countless of beautiful, expensive cars and a few oldies even. Quite a few, actually. Well, people have the space, and they have garages, and they have the income. So, just spoke with a friend of mine today, though. You know what he just bought himself? A 60,000 mile original 71 Buick Centurion Coupe. That was the first year for the Centurion. Not a successful model. It was only made 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, the buses that I'm not crazy about, but you know what? They're almost not scrapped because they have air conditioning. And on days like today, like tomorrow, the day after that, they are fucking quite appreciated, even though they're overpriced. Oh, I was hoping he was gonna hop that curb. How come I can't remember the name of that fucking street over there? I mean, it's not surprising, of course, that it's not de Courcelle Street after the light, because that becomes Westmount. On that side of the street, it's Westmount, and the name of the street is English, and I can't remember why I can't remember the fucking... I hate how I can't... Well, you know what the problem with getting older, it seems, is like you learn always new stuff, and you just lots of other stuff you forget. Just, you know, disintegrate, it disappears. And by the way, apart from that very old industrial building, that's the old RCA building over there. This over here, okay, this Box Hardware store there, this actually used to be a CTCUM garage. And they had streetcars coming in and out of there as well. Let me see now, what's this fucking street over here? Oh, there's a jet streaming on top of that. I gotta get that in a moment. It is Saint-Jacques. Boy, look how old the side is. Oh no, here's de Courcelle. Well, what the fuck is it over there? Oh boy, now I'm gonna have to go all the way over there. See, the camera doesn't want to focus because it's too hot right now. Because I've seen pictures people have taken in video of planes flying high up like that, and they're actually not planes, they're UFOs. Yeah, like I said, the camera just doesn't want to focus because it's just run too hot now. It's too hot, baby. Come on. Ah, fuck, the hell with it. Well, you know what? I feel stupid. I don't remember the name of the damn street over here. And part of me is feeling kind of lazy to go walk over there and see what it is. Because, I mean, it says you know what? Hang on a minute. I think there's a sign over there on the other side. Let's see if I'm right. No? No. No, that's the 37 route there. That's a big piece of shit right there, 2009. I don't know, I keep thinking Devonshire. It's not Devonshire. Damn it, what the hell's the name of that fucking street? Shit! You know what, whatever. I think what I'll do is when I get home or when I upload this, I'll look it up and, you know, I'll put a caption in there and before the video ends. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. And, hey, I've never seen that before. Hey, a black F-150? Yeah, right. Ha! About as common as a black fucking Jeep Wrangler. What did I say about people being predictable, I'm not fucking one of them. I refuse to conform. Conform to fucking, like the guy wearing the mask in the pickup. Give me a fucking break. Anyway, I'm going to stifle myself. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, comment. Don't give me any bullshit. It's going to be deleted. And you want to appreciate what I do and you want to send me a token of gratitude, it would be much obliged and appreciated. You can do that through my email, which is eltonmcfall, Elton like Elton John, McFall, M-C-F-A-L-L, at hotmail.com, eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. This is not old. You want to send me whatever, $5, $200, whatever is the case, it's much appreciated. And it goes towards a good cause, which is me, who loves what he does, but hey, sometimes when you love what you do, doesn't mean you're rich, you know? So keep your stick on the ice, as Red Green would say, and don't take any wooden nickels, as Mike McDonald would say. And those are two legendary comedians. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay safe. Adios.